What's going on, guys? I have with me probably the best value mini crawler you can buy, and I genuinely mean that. This thing I paid $129 for, and considering what you get for that price, that is insane. You get inner fenders, which the original Rock Van didn't have. You might remember my original Rock Van. It's broken. I still have it, but it is broken. It's got all metal gears. It's got 2-speed transmission, portal axles, just absolutely insane. 2-speed transmission and portal axles for the freaking price of this thing. That's ridiculous. Like, you can see the tires are not stock, nor the wheels, because I'm gonna be honest, I cannot stand the stock wheel and tire package that this thing comes with. They're hideous. They just look ugly. Like, I just hate them. So I had to swap them out immediately, and with that I went with the Endura. I think they're 64 millimeter. Yep, 64 x 24 millimeter Swamp Claw tires. You can see they're a little bit dirty because this thing did go in the mud on a trail. And it's not coming out of those deep treads as many times as I clean it. As much as I do praise this truck, it does have some cheapness to it, like the shocks. You could see them right there. They look like they came off of a toy grade RC. They're not good at all. I've also done some minor modifications, some practical, some not. The biggest upgrade that I've done is the front bumper. You might notice that it's not the stock bumper. The stock one sticks out to about here, and maybe it's a little bit exaggerating. It might be around here. But that ruins the approach angle of this thing, and this thing is very, very capable. So putting a smoother front bumper on it is just such a good idea. There's someone on Etsy that sells it. I bought the last one. I don't know if they're going to restock it. It's 3D printed, and it just fits the look of the truck. I didn't even have to paint it or anything. So that's a good upgrade to get. The other upgrades are definitely worth it as well. We got a spoiler that adds 10 horsepower. And we have the louvers. That's 15 horsepower. So, you know, the truck is a little bit faster than it was before. That's sarcasm, by the way, in case you didn't know. Taking a look underneath, you could see it still has the body clips, which suck. But a lot of this truck is Lexan. The inner fenders are Lexan. The whole body is Lexan. So even though it's this big, bulky, tall van, it's not tippy at all, which is definitely a surprise. A lot of the weight is in the chassis of this vehicle, which is really, really good. I think that this truck has potential to be a genuine threat against the TRX-4M because of its lightweight, and especially with its body. Taking a look underneath, you can see that's where your 2-speed actual servo that shifts into the second gear. The second gear isn't all that strong in this vehicle. It's just something that I noticed when trailing. It's not as snappy as it is with something like an FCX18, where that thing is great with low speed control, and then when you switch into second gear, it's just extremely fun to rip around in. This is more better with first gear. First gear in this thing has incredible low speed, especially with the control that you get. Very, very good slow speed control on this truck. But in second gear, mine doesn't really like to go, especially when you're trying to reverse and turn. The thing just kind of stops, like it just doesn't want to move. So second gear is a little bit weaker. It'll definitely trail, but it doesn't have that low speed torque that the first gear has. So if you're trying to go over stuff in second gear, it's a little bit more difficult, so you're going to be switching gears a little bit more. That's just something that I noticed when I went on a trail with it. Not that that's a bad thing. Again, this truck is really more of a crawler, but it's just something that I noted. One thing I want to do to this thing is get rid of all the plastic bits. RC All-Wheel Drive makes a complete conversion kit where you get all this stuff in metal and brass, so you get all the good weight down low. I definitely want to order those. They're expensive, but I definitely want to order them. I want to get metal drive shafts. I might just keep the links the same for a while because they're a little bit overpriced. Like metal links for like an SCX 24 is like $20, but for these it's $50, which is a little bit steep. I don't know why. The shocks, I don't know if I'll replace those eventually, but I do want to find ones that have better flex to them. And as for the motor, I don't know if it would be possible, but I would love to hook up a Furatech like Venom GT motor or something, whatever it's called. Venom GT, whatever it's called. The brushless motor. I'd love to put a brushless system in this truck just to have it be that more of a threat. The fact that it's so lightweight, and especially no weight up top, and have it all be heavy down low, and then have a brushless system, I think it would just be an animal. But I gotta look into that. I gotta see if you can keep the functionality of the 2-speed, because I want to do that. I actually really want to make a 2-speed brushless crawler. I think that would be really, really sweet. Also, speaking of the FCX18, I have an upgrade on mine, or update on mine rather, not upgrade. I still haven't gotten the metal drive shafts or anything, but as you can see, it's got an interior. Roof rack is no longer functional, so I took the lights out. They were bulky anyway. But we got a driver and an interior. The kit actually comes with clear windows. I was going to buy those separately, but thankfully I didn't, because it comes with it, which is really cool. Did another upgrade to this truck, or a cosmetic upgrade I should say. Can you guess what that is? The marker lights. I actually painted those with Tamiya clear orange, or Tamiya, however you say it. And I think it just makes the truck look so much better, so much more scale. The blinkers still aren't in the right place, but whatever. They're in the headlight position. They should be over here. And the headlights are in the high beam position, which is a little bit funky looking, but not really that big of a deal. But yeah, that's the FCX18. Oh, also the back. I forgot to show off the back. Got rid of the spare tire just to save some more weight. And now we have a little jerry can. And it is removable. That's not painted either. That's just future floor polish painted over it. And it makes it nice and shiny. It looks like it is painted. So yeah, those are my favorite mini crawlers at the moment. But the Rock Van, I think, definitely takes the cake for being the best bang for your buck. It's cheap, it's fun, it's reliable. I've really, really loved this thing. It's such a fun truck. And it's a van. Like, it's a cool, old school style van. Like, I dig it. It's just such a cool design. This fixes a lot of issues that I had with my first Rock Van. My first Rock Van, I still have it. It's broken. The gears in it were plastic, and I accidentally, I'm not blaming the truck for it, but I destroyed it myself when I was being stupid. But yeah, they fixed that, give it a stronger gearbox. They also got inner fenders, which is good because now the body doesn't really flex all that much when you go to grab it. The original Rock Van, if I do this, the whole body warps in, kind of just flexes because it's all Lexan, but the inner fenders kind of prevent that, so it looks better. But yeah, I really love this old school styling, especially tricolors. They're just a sucker for that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the CR18P Rock Van Evo. Looking forward to upgrading this guy and beating some people's TRX4s with it, because, or TRX4Ms with it, because everyone in my RC group runs those for the 1/18 scales, and I don't think there's anything worse than getting beaten by a van, so that's what I'm going to try to do. I want to try to outperform their TRX4s, their Ford Broncos. A lot of people run the Bronco because it's a little bit better with its center of gravity, or their Defender with a van. I'm going to beat all those trucks with a van. That's going to be ridiculous. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Let me know what you guys think.